All right, we can get comfortable in our space, welcoming yourself to the practice. Feel free to be seated, laying down, using any props that would serve you. You may take a full breath in through the nose, filling all the way up. Long sigh out. Just welcoming yourself here, feeling your body on the ground, feeling yourself connected to whatever's beneath you right now. Eyes open or closed. First, just noticing what you notice, your space, maybe any scents, any noises, without grabbing them, just it's floating by. Eyes open or closed, whatever it is that you might see. Noticing where your hands are. And again, your body touching the ground. And then dropping in and just noticing what feels like your center right now. What feels grounded. Nice. And then bringing some awareness to your breath. Notice how your breath is showing up this morning. Notice where you're feeling your breath, your chest, your ribs, your belly. Maybe you feel it along your back, your shoulders. Let's just start with tracing our breath. Feeling the sensations as you breathe in through the nose, back of the throat. Traveling down, where do you feel your expansion? On your exhale, traveling back up. Feeling the breath warmed by your body. Continuing to trace the breath. You might give it a color. Or maybe a little spotlight. And then I'll invite us into I'll count it once or twice, and you'll find what works for you, a 4-7-5 breath. So the object is to breathe in. I'm gonna have a nice long exhale. And that exhale will be longer than the inhale. And then find a pause at the bottom. Maybe it's 1 beat, maybe it's 4 beats. This is really nice for our nervous systems. We tap into that parasympathetic nervous system. Let's just start one more time with another cleansing breath. Full breath in. Long breath out. As you're ready, we can inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. And then as you are ready, you'll take your inhale, altering the numbers to what fits you. We're just trying to, again, create a longer exhale and a pause at the end. You feel the mind wandering as it does. That's the practice, right? Is noticing. It's all about noticing. And then we have a choice. So maybe come back to your counting. Come back to your connection to the ground. Take about 2 more cycles, always knowing you can stop at any time. This is always your practice. As you are ready, coming back to your natural breath. And just noticing. Notice what you notice. Your experience. Any emotions, any thoughts. Yes. And then taking a moment to find something you feel grateful for. Maybe something might have happened recently or something you're looking forward to. Like getting in touch with that feeling of gratitude, that felt sense that we can really embrace ourselves with. Body. And then setting an intention for our practice. Yes. We can start off with our hug. So maybe taking one hand, I'm going to use my right hand and just bring it under my left armpit, and the opposite hand is going to go on the outside of my right arm. So again, really nice for our nervous system. Let's just take a breath here. Maybe another breath. Notice how this feels for you. Nice. And then bringing one hand to your forehead and one hand to your heart space. These little tricks we can carry with us, right? Maybe adding a little bit of tapping. So taking whatever your dominant hand is and just gently tapping right around above the brow, breathing into that. Nice. And then under the eyes, around the cheekbone, towards the temples. And tapping under the nose. Just notice anything coming up. Under the lower lip. Nice. And on the chest below the collarbone, the thymus gland. And then your side body, right near your armpit and underneath, down a little bit. And then the outside of your pinky and down towards your wrist. Maybe just noticing everything that we can do. Nice. And then just give some movement to our wrists, fingers, opening and closing. Nice. And then perhaps we start seated today. So just finding a comfortable seat for yourself. Feel free to sit back against something, having any support, or maybe having something beneath you. And just feeling into the length of your spine, the stacking here, head above heart, heart above our pelvis. Might even draw the chin in a bit. Just noticing yourself right here. Let's bring some movement into our shoulders, nice and slow. Feeling ourselves move them forward, moving them up, back, and down. Getting into all the tissue, warming up the fluids, moving the fluid. It's in all of our joints and reversing that. Nice. And sweep the arms all the way up, feeling the heart lift. Palms touch, we'll bring it right into the heart. Gather it in. Let's do that again, sweeping the arms all the way up. Exhale, bringing it in. Last one, we'll bring it all the way up, full breath in. On the exhale, bringing the left hand down, right arm reaches over. Opening up the side body. Envision someone's hand right at your side rib cage here and breathing into that side, really opening it up. creating space. Beautiful. And right from here, you might turn down towards the ground, bringing your right hand down and just walking your hands all the way across to the other side. And once you get there, let's sweep that left arm up, taking a little bit backwards, if you will. And then envision someone has their hand on your rib cage on the left side, breathing into that, filling up their hand. Beautiful. And you might walk your hands back out in front. This time, maybe bringing them a little bit wide, sliding the shoulders down, tenting the fingers, and just creating a little bit of stability here. Core is gently engaged, back is long. Beautiful. We can walk it back up. And then bringing the hands behind you, either interlacing or taking hold of a strap if that works for you. Pressing the hands down, maybe out a little bit, and you can stay right here if this works, or take a fold if that feels like something that would work in your body and feel good. Beautiful. Gently coming on up, releasing the fingers. Let's sweep the arms up to the sky and draw it right into the heart space. Nice. From here, we can take a seated twist. I'm going to come off what I'm sitting on. You don't need to. You can stay exactly where you are, but if you want to involve your legs, you might want to come off it. And option, again, you can stay where you were, or maybe draw it in the left foot, maybe cross it over. You can stay here, or maybe even tuck that other foot under. Wrapping your right arm around your knee, or you can always hold the knee, left hand behind you, really lengthening the spine here. So lots of options. Take what works, leave behind what doesn't. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. And then perhaps turning to the opposite side, you might bring your hands down to the ground or the blocks. Maybe taking a little dip down if that feels good. You might shake your head no. Nice. And slowly coming back to center. You can unravel yourself if you're tangled up here. Maybe shake out the legs. And then we can take it in the opposite direction if you involved your legs. So drawing the right knee in, maybe crossing that foot under, or over, excuse me, over. And then perhaps tucking in the opposite foot. Using your left arm around your knee, right hand behind you, lengthening the spine. Feeling like there's a string being kind of pulled by the crown of your head. Beautiful. And an option to turn the opposite direction, maybe bring the hands to the ground. You might bend it into your elbows, maybe swaying. Beautiful. And coming back to center. Let's bring the soles of our feet together. They can be close in towards the pelvis, or more of that dragon leg out, feet out. Never feels nice. Might bring a little movement to the knees. Notice how the inner thighs are feeling. Let's circle our bodies, just gentle circles. And then reversing that. Nice. Come back to center. You might send the legs wide. Sometimes it's helpful or nice to just sit on the edge of a blanket, having the pelvis kind of tilt forward, spill forward. It can be helpful with the lower back. And we'll just kind of free flow here, just be swaying side to side, waking up our hamstrings. You're always welcome to bend into your knees. And if a fold feels nice, I'm taking a gentle fold. And slowly walking yourself back up. Let's bring a bend into our knees. I'm going to come off my little blanket here, hands behind us, and just bring some movement, a little rocking side to side of the knees, the hips. Nice. We can meet up with our knees falling to the left. Maybe sweeping the right arm out in front and then reaching it up towards the sky and back, following with your gaze. Beautiful. And bringing it back forward. And we can take this whole thing to the other side, using your hands to get there or not. Nice. Reaching your hand forward, your left arm forward, following with your gaze behind you, and then coming back forward. Beautiful. Let's come back to center, and then come into a tabletop. Wrists beneath the shoulders, knees hip width apart. We'll find some cat-cows here, opening up the heart, nice full breath, belly drops. Exhale, rounding. Moving at your pace, your breath. We'll find that neutral spine and like just gathering through the belly so our lower back doesn't collapse here, and extending the right leg long and perhaps the left arm as well. And then we can switch sides. And let's just move with our breath. So maybe we take an inhale as we extend opposite limbs. Exhale as we come back to table. Inhale as we open up. Exhale as we come back. Of course, if that doesn't work for you, just switch the breath. And again, we're not letting our lower back collapse here. We'll take one more set. Beautiful. Let's send the hips back. Finding a child's pose. Arms might reach out in front. You might make this a little bit active. Maybe walking the hands to the right. Walking the hands to the left. Beautiful. Coming back to center. On the next inhale, let's come all the way up on our knees, sweeping the arms to the sky. On the exhale, we can fold down, hands can come behind. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we fold. We might take 2 more. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands back as we come into tabletop, bringing the right leg out to the side, toes facing forward. Sweeping the right arm up to the sky. Beautiful. Threading the right hand behind the left, getting a nice big stretch in that right thigh, through the groin. And as you're ready, inhaling all the way back up, opening up our front. Beautiful. You can bring that right hand down, and let's walk the hands a little bit to the right here. And then feel as if you're drawing your right foot and your left knee towards each other as we sink the hips back. And then we'll come back forward with no engagement. And then again, we are pulling the foot and knee towards each other as we sink the hips back. We'll do that about 3 or 4 times. Really sweet to get into the fascia. Maybe 1 more. Yes. And then maybe walking the hands back a little bit to the left. Sweeping that right leg all the way back. And then just let my toes gaze or graze along the mat, crossing over that left foot. You might look off towards that foot over your left shoulder. Let's do that 1 more time. So we're going to sweep that right foot all the way out to the right side, finding it again with your gaze. And then we'll sweep it back over the left foot and looking over your left shoulder. Beautiful. And coming back to our tabletop, the side. The left foot comes out to the side, toes facing forward. Right hand stays planted, left arm all the way to the sky. Threading the left hand behind the right. Nice big stretch through the left leg. Beautiful. Inhaling back up. Nice. Bring that left hand back down. Be walking your hands just a little bit to the left. Perhaps tucking the right toes if that feels useful to you. And then feeling as if you're drawing the right knee and left foot towards each other as you sink the hips back. And then with no engagement, just gliding forward. I'll do that a few times. Getting into the adductors or all these muscles that support our hips. And as you're ready, maybe moving your hands a little bit back to the right wherever they were. And we can slide that left foot as we did on the other side, all the way over that right foot, looking over your right shoulder. You might glide it back towards the left. And again, gliding back over the right foot, looking over your right shoulder. Beautiful. And then back to the left. Nice. Let's come back into our tabletop, tucking the toes and sending the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. You might pedal it out here. Bending one knee, bending the other. You can use blocks. You can do this on a table or a wall, chair. Nice. Option to take a full breath in, creating a wave in your body to come forward into a high plank, or you can drop the knees for a low plank. And then sending the hips back up, downward facing dog. Maybe taking that again in any way that feels good. Coming back forward to our plank. And sending the hips back. Nice. Maybe inhaling the right foot up to the sky. You might bend into your knee, open the hip a little bit. Beautiful, squaring off the hips. And we can step that right foot forward. It might be a step. You might use your right hand to help it there. Whatever works for you. And you can also use blocks here if you'd like, as we come into this low lunge, left knee up or down. Bringing the right hand to the sky, making a couple circles here. Beautiful. If your left knee is up, you might tap it down. And then we can walk the hips back, lengthening that right leg. You can stay with a hinge here, so we're not rounding the lower back. Or if it feels good in your body, of course, you can melt over your leg. Again, maybe sending the right arm to the sky, just adding to that stretch. Beautiful. And then coming back forward into our low lunge. You can stay right here or pressing into the earth and coming on up. Hands to the hips or sky or leg or blocks. You might cactus the arm, open the heart. Beautiful. Hands back to the sky. And bringing them down beside your foot again. And then lifting that left knee, and we'll step back with the right foot into downward facing dog. Or any journey. There's options to lift the left leg to the sky. You might bend into the knee, open that hip. Squaring off the hips. And then stepping the left foot forward for low lunge. And again, it could be step. You can use your hands to get it there. Right knee could be lifted or down. As we ground the right hand and reach the left arm all the way up. A couple circles here with your left arm. Beautiful. Bringing both hands down, tapping the right knee down if it's lifted. And then perhaps sending the hips back, half splits. Left leg is long. You might bring the right hand down and the left hand to the sky. Beautiful. As you're ready, coming back forward into that low lunge. Root to rise, feeling that left foot on the ground. You can walk your way up to your left knee. Maybe the hands come to the sky. An option to bring the hands behind you. Maybe interlace the fingers in the more unusual way or take a strap. Nice. And bringing the hands back down to blocks or the ground. You're gonna lift up that right knee and let's step the feet together. A forward fold. You can stay in this forward fold for ragdoll, maybe taking opposite elbows. Depending on how your back is feeling, you might rest your forearms on your thighs. You decide what works for you here. Maybe a little sway. Beautiful. Let's find a halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Hands could be anywhere on your body or the ground. And softening down. And we'll root to rise, really press into the earth. Let's sweep it all the way up. Palms touch, and let's bring it right into our heart. Take a moment, just notice your body here, your feet on the ground. And once again, let's come back to our center. Maybe it feels like it might have shifted for you. As you're ready, sweeping the arms back up. You might dive down, bending your knees as generously as you like. Then we'll take a half lift here. Soften down. And root to rise. Press it all the way up. Beautiful. Hands to the heart. Nice. From here you might find your drishti. We'll play a little bit with balance. Feel free to hold something if you like, a wall, a chair. We're gonna perhaps lift that right knee, finding our one-legged Tadasana. So find length through the left side so we're not dumping into the hip. Feel your big toe on the ground. Notice what that does. And maybe opening the hip, bringing that right knee out to the right. See how that shifts things. You might bring your foot down. Maybe it feels fine up. Beautiful. And we'll bring it back to center, sending the right knee to face down, bringing your right heel towards your bottom. Maybe you catch your foot, maybe not, maybe use a strap. Notice where your left hand wants to go. Maybe it's the sky or out to the side or holding a wall. Beautiful. Finding our way back into our one-legged Tadasana. And then let's bring that right foot back behind us and a little bit to the left and touch it down. And we'll come back into one-legged Tadasana and bring it back behind us and touch it down. And then find our Tadasana. Pedal it out, a shake. Something that's really nice for the nervous system as well is to come up on your toes and then come right down on your heels. Let's do that 2 more times if that works for you. A nice reset for the vagus nerve. Nice. And then as you're ready, we can lift up the left knee, again, finding your drishti, place to bring your focus. You might open up the hip, sending the left knee off to the left. And bring it back to center. maybe facing it down. You might grab hold of your foot behind you. Find a place for your right arm that feels balanced. Nice, releasing that. You can find our one-legged Tadasana again. And then option to bring that left foot back and behind, little softness in the right knee. And then lifting back up and pressing it behind, touching down. Nice, bringing the feet together. Let's shake it out, shake out the body. Nice, you can do a little bit of spinning. That can be a really nice release. Beautiful. Come back to our foundation pose. Sweep the arms all the way up. We're going to end up in a warrior two. You can always take it from standing, or maybe take a fold. We'll find a half lift. Softening down, stepping the right foot all the way back. We'll drop the heel so that back foot's on a 90-degree angle. You can press up, you can cartwheel up, however you want to get there. Nice soft shoulders, strong body. Just checking in with your left knee that it's tracking somewhere in the middle of your toes. Bring some movement here, maybe lengthening that left leg, bringing the arms to the sky and sinking back in. Take that a couple more times. Beautiful. And then perhaps flipping the left palm, reaching it up. Right hand can come down, peaceful warrior. Beautiful. Extended side angle, resting your left forearm on your left thigh. Right arm could be with your hip or by your ear. Beautiful. As we turn to face the ground, hands can come onto blocks or the ground, lifting that right heel. And maybe coming into a supported warrior three, or step your feet together, whatever works for you. I'm going to grab some blocks, closing the hips so that toes are facing down. Beautiful. You might tap the right knee behind the left, maybe bend into that left knee a little bit, lengthen the right leg again. If it's interesting at all, you might do that one or two more times. And then we can bring our feet together. Beautiful. Let's find that half lift. Soften down, and again, we'll root the rise, bring it all the way up. And draw it into the heart. Take a breath. And come to the other side. Nice full breath in and diving down, bending the knees as much as you like. Finding that half lift. Softening down, and we'll step the left foot back this time, dropping the heel on that 90-degree angle, and we'll come on up. Beautiful. Strong pose, soft shoulders. Lengthen your right leg, bringing the hands to the sky, and coming back to our warrior two a couple times. Nice. Flipping the right palm, reaching up. Left hand might come down the left leg. Peaceful warrior. Into extended side angle. Right arm, right leg. Left arm could be at your hip or by your left ear. Find length through that left side, so we're not collapsing. Beautiful. And then again, turning to face the ground or maybe some blocks. I'm going to lift my left heel, a little push off into that supported warrior three. Hip is closed. I'll move back off the camera. You can stay here again, do little dips if that was interesting. So I'm bending into my left knee, touching behind the right, bringing a bend to my right knee as well, and then lengthening out. Beautiful. You can bring both feet together. Again, finding that half lift. Softening down, and we'll root to rise. Let's sweep it all the way up. Beautiful. And hands to the heart. Feeling your heart beating. You could take a pause. Drop back in. Beautiful. From here, you can bring the right foot behind the left and even over further. You can, of course, have your hand on a wall or piece of furniture as we reach the right arm up and over. Sometimes it's even nice having that to extend and open up the right side even more. I like having that tension of a wall or piece of furniture there for my left hand. Beautiful. You can come back to center, taking that to the other side. So left foot behind the right, foot a little further to the right, reaching the left arm up and over. Nice. Back to our center. As you're ready, let's sweep the arms up. And once again, take a fold. Finding a half lift. And then softening down. You can step it back into plank pose, knees up or down. Slide the shoulders down. And take a breath. Beautiful. Gently easing down to our bellies. Taking an inhale to cobra. Returning your head side to side. Nice. And softening down. Option to lift up the head, the heart, maybe the arms come back. Maybe the legs lift. And we breathe. Neck is long, gaze is down. Strengthening our spine. Beautiful. And then softening down. You might make a pillow with your hands. Bend into your knees, letting your feet just sway side to side. As you're ready, you can either stay here if this feels most restful, or find a child's pose if that feels good. Notice if you want to have the knees wide apart with the big toes touching, or if you like having the knees together. You might make a pillow for your head. Beautiful. And as you're ready, We slowly climb on up, bring our feet out in front, and we'll ease our way down onto our backs. Maybe sweeping the arms all the way back behind, taking a full body stretch here. You can interlace your fingers, send the feet away. Beautiful. Let's draw the right knee in. You might hug it into your chest. Hands could be on the outside or underneath that knee. Nice. Let's reach the arms back again, lengthen the right leg. And then we can draw on the left knee. Let's sweep the arms back again, lengthen the body. This stretch in the hip flexors. Any movement here to your ankles, your toes, your fingers, your wrists. Nice. Let's draw that right knee in. We'll do some flossing of the sciatic nerve so your hands can come behind the thigh or a strap. And just lengthening that right leg and bending the knee several times. If it's okay to flex your foot, flex your foot. If not, you could soften it. Check in with your shoulders if they're bracing for something. Just flossing that nerve. Beautiful. If it feels good, you might just stretch that right foot to the sky. A little hamstring stretch. Nice. So then we can switch sides, drawing the left knee in, crossing on this side. So lengthening and bending. If it's okay to flex your foot, then do so. If not, just let it be slack. An option to get a stretch here, pressing the left foot to the sky. You can always use a strap. Beautiful. We can bring the left leg down. We can find our recline pigeon pose, right ankle to the left thigh, so bending into your left knee. You can stay right here, draw the legs in, maybe rock. And just flex into your right foot. That's protect your knee. Nice. We can bring that foot down. And then from here, maybe even taking that left foot, shifting it a little bit to the right, shifting your hips a little bit to the right, and then letting the legs fall to the left. Now your right foot could land on the ground, or you could slip a block under there. Maybe reaching the right arm out, softening this right hip, softening the right leg if there's any gripping. As you're ready, bringing the legs back to center, centering the hips again, uncrossing the legs. And we'll just switch sides. So left ankle to the right thigh. Of course, you can stay there or draw the legs in. Flexing your left foot. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathe into the hip, create some space. Nice. So then we can bring that right foot down. Maybe shifting your hips a little to the left this time. You might even bring your right foot to the left and then letting the legs fall to the right. Again, an option for the block if you'd like. You might reach your arms out. Notice where you want to turn your head. Nice. And then as you're ready, drawing the legs back to center, straightening out the spine. You can uncross the legs, maybe bring the feet a little bit wider. And just let the knees sway side to side. You can cactus your arms, move your head in any way. And check in with your body. Notice if there's a stretch you'd like to take, if there's a shape you'd like to be in. Please feel free. And as you're ready, finding your way into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Using any pillows, blankets, do legs up a wall, legs up a cushion, resting your calves on a chair. What would serve you? Softening the space in your forehead, letting it be nice and wide, open. Softening all the muscles around your eyes. Feel your temples. Feel the space between your ears. Soften your cheeks, your jaw, your neck. Notice your shoulders. Is there any holding right now? See if you can let them be heavy. Letting the arms go, fingers, feeling the space between your fingers. The connection of your back, ground. Soft, receptive heart, soft, receptive belly. The hips be wide. The legs, feel them be supported, being held up on their own. And your feet. And just be. And as you're ready, gently coming back to your space, to your body, connecting with your breath. You might invite a full breath in, sigh it out. Any gentle movement to your fingers, your toes, stretching in any way. And if it serves you, rolling to your left or right side. And just taking a moment to drop in, just being in your experience. And perhaps coming back to your intention. And slowly making your way up to a comfortable seated position. I invite you to close your eyes or have a soft gaze. Perhaps bringing your hands to your heart space, offering yourself love, compassion, and so much gratitude for taking this time for you and sharing your practice with us. The light in me honors the light in you. I hope you have a beautiful day today. Namaste. So thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. It was
Thank
beautiful
you.
as always.
Welcome back. Nice
Thank
to have
you.
you back, safe and sound. Glad you had a great time. All right. So good seeing you all.
Thanks, Cynthia.
Have
Wait.
fun. I'll say thank you, Sharon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.